Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Peter Palmiati of Human Art Studios, and this is another episode of Making Comics and Art. Specifically, episode 371. Even though it may say 2. That's just how it goes. Okay. Let's start this thing up. Getting rid of cat hair. Huh. It's printed a little funky, but just if you can tell, not really. Little white lines. May have to clean the printer heads. Now I ruined the picture. Gosh darn it. Okay. Let's see. It figures. I had it perfect. That's good. All right, we'll do this. And will you stay like that? I hope so. All right, so what is this? This is a Joe Miller X-Men pinup. And, you know, if you don't already know, me and Joe worked on a piece. It was Galactus. All right, let's see if I can find it really quick. Hope all of you are doing well this morning, this evening, this afternoon. All right, let's see. Should be around here. Here we go. So this piece, which had Galactus and the Fantastic Four ship, Joe put the logo and all the type up top, and that will be a print available in the foreseeable future. And maybe he'll do the same with this, although it ends here, so there's not much room. Actually, he left out some lightning bolts from Storm. That will be in the background there, which I'll include. And this is a good piece. This is troubling. He did the BAMF using Kirby Crackle. I'll ask him about that. I'll save that for later. We'll worry about that later. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you. So there's the Sword and Sorcery magazine that I did some pieces for. This being the first one. You can see it better online. I shared this to Instagram and Facebook and all that. This was the newest one. This was the one I did right before that. And this was the first one. I thought I was doing one, then I thought I was doing just two, then I thought I was just doing three. Well, I might be doing a fourth one. The reason I'm sharing that with you is I got all three of them for sale. If anybody's interested in buying some artwork of mine. They're 100 each, plus shipping and handling. But you know, if you hit me up today, tomorrow, hit me up on my socials, direct message me. I might give you a discount. Or if you type in chat. So it's a little quiet. Another late at night. Joe might show up in an hour. So if he does, maybe I'll stick around while they're in an hour. Yeah, here we go. Let's get some tunes. Background, so it's not impossible. Typically, I throw a border on first, but I didn't do that, so. This kind of stuff, it's easy to do with tactical pens and French curves and all that. I'm going to leave a lot of it for later, but just throwing down some initial lines to get started. Okay. Yeah, this is. Cool. Every time. Hey, welcome, Caleb. How you doing tonight? And we got Biff. Hey, hey, hey. I'm already have to make some decisions here, and I'm not using my best brush. I notice it's already splitting and trying to avoid opening a new one. Because they're expensive. So if it fights me too much, I'll open up a new one. We got right. Turn that off. I had the perfect picture before, I swear. Oh my god. Anyway. Mentioned this before, but I'll be updating my webcam, my lighting. I don't know why it's just not working with me right now. It's fighting me. The lighting is fighting me. He's a piece of something. So earlier today, I've been wanting to stream more. And it's like I got comic pages to ink. And it's just not the right time yet to be sharing that stuff. So I got this and an Iron Man piece. I was actually going to work on the Iron Man piece. But it turns out it's got like a lot of pencil smudge on it. So the artist is going to clean it up. Something I could do, but I haven't done it in a while. So, much like a lot of things, you get rusty. Rather than spend 6 hours on cleaning it up, I'll have the pencil to do it. The good thing about working right now, at least for the time being, is that my cat went to take his evening rest. Yeah, it's 8:30 where I am. I'm in Eastern time zone. He'll be up later, guaranteed. But for now, he'll leave me alone. So yeah, Joe Miller penciled this. And he's not bad. He's not bad. He's got stuff to learn. Like we all do. I'm definitely not as good a penciler as I am an inker. Although I want to be doing more penciling. Right now, I got a friend of mine asked me to draw him a Nightwing, the original Robin, but the 80s version. And I just posted a sketch on my Instagram. Just an initial sketch. I might completely change everything. Got a lot going on this month. I got a meeting at some point this week with Jane Clark. About fraction paradox. We'll touch base on that, and based on what we discuss, we'll find out when we're crowdfunding. Might be next month. Nothing set in stone. Nothing is started just yet. I just got another batch of pages from Les. Les Linden Gardner is the penciler of that. It was originally an ongoing series through Image 15 years back or some such. Didn't make the numbers, so it only lasted 2 issues. We started the 3rd issue. So with the Faction Paradox graphic novel, we're going to be publishing all those pages. And the artist back then was Jim Cafuri. Jim has also done a cover for the graphic novel, as well as Les. And I believe we got maybe 4 covers. So I've just barely started that. Of course, all the Cafuri pages were done years ago. But altogether, it's like something like 150 pages. Can't yet wrap my head around it. It's been many years since I've tackled a project that big. Kind of, sort of. There's the Mark Torres project, which is what, 5 issues. So that's like 110 pages. But we've paused that at the moment. Last he mentioned he's looking for a publisher. We crowdfunded the first issue and that was successful. He attempted to crowdfund the second issue and it wasn't as successful. So that might be his one goal right now. Find a publisher for that. And he gives me the green light, I'll get back on that. Kind of blanking on the name. It was originally the Chosen Few. Designated? Yeah. It's got gorgeous artwork, but you know, the artist did the one series, you know, a 5-issue book, then went off and, you know, got a real job or something. So he's not even around to promote it. It's mostly been me and Mark. And he was crowdfunding it as a black and white book. It should really be color. I mean, it's fine in black and white. But goes in a small independent world. Don't always get what you want. Yeah, I should have some news some point in this week. I'd like to definitely stream more. It's an expense I can't afford at the moment. But to figure out a way to make that happen. Might have to figure it out a way. Okay. Definitely an expense. I mean, there are ways around it. Like I get by with my computer knowledge. Like back in the day, I did use OBS, and I think with Restream you can do OBS. But any knowledge I had on at one point is completely gone. I think that's the same as StreamYard, which I'm using. Like, it's free up until a point. But if you use both, then there's my phone. I'd rather not use my phone. I don't have a fancy iPhone, so at best things are teeny tiny. And eyes aren't what they used to be. I'll figure it out. Hopefully somebody rich will come my way and I can pay for anything. StreamYard's got it expensive this past year. Yeah, they raised the rates. I mean, it was borderline what I could afford most times anyway. But yeah, they raised it another $16 or something per month. It's the more packaged version of OBS with Twitch streaming. More packaged version? Oh, Streamlabs. Yeah, that's just all that territory is like it's stuff that's beyond me, and like even when I was using OBS, I wasn't fully confident with it and screwing up half the time. Then it completely wasn't working for me. It's funny, back when, this is going back some years, but when there was G+ with Google, I was the one who knew how to work that, and I was teaching everybody how to stream through G+. Let's see, OBS and StreamYards aren't that bad once you play around with them. Streamlabs is easier. I chat GPT my way through onboarding a couple of years back. Well, maybe I'll take a look at it. I'm like, I really don't have half a brain cell to attempt most things. But maybe I'll give it a look. You know, I got more work this year than I've ever had in my career. And it's just, you know, it's like I tend to keep things in my head rather than, I don't know, like there is no other way for me. I'm working on multiple things and working with multiple people. It's not the perfect workload. I would prefer not to be this busy. And you know, most people will say, "Oh, it's great to be so busy." I concur. There's a limit. There's a limit where the quality of everything starts going down. I'm trying to avoid that as best I can. but I will take you guys' insights and see where that leads me. Like I was saying earlier, you know, I wound up doing 3 pieces for the Sword and Sorcery magazine, and might be doing a 4th. So the other night, for a couple hours, I thought I was actually done with one sort of project. Hey, whatever gets you online, much as possible. You're my official inking inspiration now. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. I hope to improve my situation sooner than later as far as what you guys are seeing. You know, it's not primo. I can't freaking do close-ups or anything, and the lighting sucks. It's all blown out. As soon as I have things adjusted perfectly, it only lasts a minute. But I'll get it. And I didn't put any links in today's show because, you know, typically I don't like to come on this late. I will put links probably in tomorrow into this episode. But if you really want to support me, you can become my Patreon. That's another project I'm doing right now, which is starting a comic over there called Nice Monster. Me and a friend of mine are co-writing, and I'll be doing the artwork on that. I might, don't hold me to it, but I might actually try digital approach, or at least more digital than I do currently. I mean, you know, definitely digital as far as the coloring goes. I'm going to be using an iPad and Procreate. Should be a lot of fun. But I might dabble with some computer artistry. We shall see. We shall see. But thanks so much, Biff. I've said this before, like, because I'm so overwhelmed with my schedule. It's like some things are passable, other things, like, you know, with in the case of Mitch Brewer's cover, which I inked, which there's a whole playlist to that on my channel. I took my time with that, and it shows, because, like, I have a playlist, and it's, I don't even know how many hours I spent on that. You know, wraparound covers, like, you know, two individual 11x17s for anything. If it's a wraparound cover or a 2-page spread, they usually take me like 3 times as long as just a normal page or a normal cover or pinup. But yeah, I took my time on that, and I'm very happy with the results. I think that's my favorite work of late. I really like Mitch's work. It's totally different than his normal style. And we hope to do more. With Joe, you know, the Galactus piece, that really turned out nice. Joe was flabbergasted with how it turned out. Yeah, I was very happy with it too. You know, the thing with streaming is like typically I like to have the pencils in front of me more often than not. I have it on screen because it, you know, like printing out red or blue or whatever you do, still doesn't show all the nitty-gritty detail, because you don't want to print it too dark, because then you're fighting with it. I tend to print it a little light, like you can clearly see everything, but as far as the fine detail, kind of miss it a bit. It's just the way it goes. I'm not obviously I'm not going to finish this in one stream, but I might do some of the finer detail off stream, which is fine, I guess, because the camera's not picking it up anyway. But whatever. So Joe has a plan to do like a lot more artwork and get into doing comics and whatnot. I'll jump in when I can. But the Galactus piece was the first time he had an inker on himself. So he was a bit blown away by a lot of things I did on it. And you could tell in the detail, like, if Joe does this for a couple of years and works with inkers, he'll learn like things to do, little tiny details to do and details not to do and whatnot. There's like subtle tangents. It's like I don't like when things are two up against each other. Hey, it's Sheldon. Yo, yo. And you guys are welcome to join me. I just found out that Sheldon has his own YouTube channel. Come hang and work besides me on one of my streams. It's perfectly fine. I don't bite. I used to invite a lot more people on a regular basis here. And I will get back to that for sure, like intentionally. I used to have a couple of Facebook Messenger groups where I would say, okay, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow at 5 or whatever, and whoever's available who wants to come on a stream. I used to do a thing called Studio Synergy, where other comic book artists, even writers, would join me, and that would be more topic related, kind of, sort of. At least the overall theme of it. Yeah, I did that before COVID. It seemed like once COVID hit, then there were like so many channels doing group streams. I started that. No. But I was one of the early adopters of it. I haven't live streamed in a few years. Do you still only need a camera? Do you have to sign up for a streamer or restream? Well, I mean, like if you were to join me, you don't have to sign up for anything. Like, I just dropped a link to you, and you click on it and join. I'm not sure how restream works, but I think the same way. But yeah, it's more fun instead of me talking off cuff. It's like I may intentionally have a couple of things in mind to talk about during the stream, but and sometimes I can talk for hours on nothing, but a lot of times I'm like, what do I talk about? I've been pretty busy, so it's like there's a lot of work going on and not too much else. I play with my cat. That's only so interesting. I'm not currently dating, so there's that. Yeah, I got some friends coming to town this month. It'll be the first time I get out in a little while. Well, definitely this year. Yeah, man, I'll join you in the next live. I just got home, gotta cook dinner. Well, thanks for coming to hang. And yeah, like, I'll work it to your schedule, so you don't have to worry about, whatever you're got going on in your life. It's free and easy and casual here. It's definitely more fun chit chat with people. I'm all about, you know, promoting people who come on, promoting what they got going on. You know, I just did a stream with Ray Whitaker days ago and promoted him and his work and his book. And now he's sold 3 billion copies. I mean, probably 3 more copies. I don't have a huge channel. I mean, it should be bigger. Technically, for as long as I've been on YouTube, it should be a bigger channel, but I haven't been as consistent as I like to be, should be, in order to really grow my channel. You know, part of the reason I want to stream more is to get my channel growth going. But also, when I do it right, it really is, you know, it's like everybody showing up, chit-chatting with me in the live chat, or even coming on with me. It's all encouraging for me to get more work done, and I'm less in my head about it. Like, if you're an artist, you know what that's. You know, left to my own devices in my studio, it's like I listen to a lot of music and watch a lot of YouTube videos of other artists and other things, but you know, I'm still getting ahead. You know, the mind is very good at surviving, but it doesn't go about it correctly. Apex Comics, otherwise known as Brett, welcome, welcome. What's been happening with you? Happy New Year. I got some pages of yours to finish off. Speaking of many projects. Sheldon, if you're still here, we'll message each other and figure out day and time. You know, I know it's going to be a crazy week for me, but I would like to possibly stream every day this week if I can. Hit that like button. That's right, damn it. Hit the like, subscribe if you haven't. I got no links here, but you know, pledge to my Patreon, all that jazz. Happy New Year, Peter. Working. I'm still here. I got this playing in the background. Awesome. You're a cook of many talents. Yeah, we'll touch base for sure. I definitely have a lot of workers here on my channel. Like I said, I could be more consistently streaming and interactive and a lot of the things you should be doing on YouTube. So out of the jumped up. Out of the 6 people here, who doesn't have a wrench? You may or may not notice that you have some power. If any of you want to promote anything, if you have a wrench, you can throw some links. And it would be nice if you throw a couple of mine in there too. I don't have, what? You don't have a wrench? Apex, I will fix that. By tomorrow you will have a wrench. Of all the people not to have a wrench, Mr. Handyman himself. Go forth and give you a wrench. But you can still type in your books and where people can find you if you so wish. Makes inking look easy. Well, I just fix everything off screen. I was mentioning earlier, it's like I tend to print the let me see. Hold on a second. Yeah, I tend to print the image a little light, so I actually don't see the very fine detail of this piece. So what I like to do is, when I'm not streaming, to have it big on screen. That's when I really go in and do the juicier stuff. You know, I've mostly worked on the Sentinel because he's huge on the piece. Like, you can't miss the Sentinel. You know, every artist has their good days, bad days. You know, today's a decent day. I'm always in the state of I want to get more work done, but that's a given. Forcing myself not to watch any TV shows or movies currently. which is a new thing. my New Year's resolution until I finish at least 3 or 4 projects. Not every project is big too. Like let's say projects in the general. You know, me penciling and inking 3 pieces for Sword and Sorcery magazine was one project. Although I might be doing a 4th piece. I'll find out tomorrow. I will say, like, I'm mostly happy with the 3 pieces I did. I definitely don't do enough of my own art. You know, I try to sketch every day, but it's not conscious sketching all the time. You know, because I want to put my brain cells in things I gotta get, you know, actually get done. There you go, Fenbot, Fenbat, with Brett's pencils and my inks. This is true. Yeah, I'm doing 2 different things with Brett. It's Fenbat and Madam X. Ass and gear. Ass and gear this year and get a lot done. You know, it's like I started this career in my late 20s. In my early 30s now. I mean, I'm in my early 60s now. I definitely don't have the stamina I once had, but I'm going to try building that up this year again. You know, regardless if I need it on a daily basis, be able to access it when I wish. Inking can be hard work. Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like inking to me. It's just a million different decisions. Like every line can go 16 different ways. So you're constantly just using your brain. You know, I can, you know, like, okay, so for instance, I've had odd jobs here and there throughout my comic career. You know, I haven't exclusively only done comics. And, you know, for a couple of different times, I worked at, you know, I'm in a small town in Kentucky. I'm originally from New York, but all besides the point. Yeah, so I was dishwashing for the restaurant, and they had me doing things in the kitchen and everything. Dealing with food, whatnot. And those were 12-hour days. And yeah, they were hard days. Physically hard days. Then I would go home and zone out, watch TV, spend time with my girlfriend. Back when we had a tribe of cats, yada yada. But comic work, you know, inking specifically, it's a lot more draining because it's mental, it's brain, you know, physical. I could go longer, and it's also like working for a boss. You know, it's like I'll go out of my way to please people that I'm working side by side with. But being home alone in my studio, you know, it's just a tougher experience. I was hoping, sometimes I feel like I'm in my 30s. Well, mentally, I'm 15. I've been told. You know, it's like you hear it by people my age and even older. It's like I don't feel like I'm 60 most of the time. You know, I'm fortunate from a lot of other people my age that talk to. Like physically, I'm fine. Like for the most part, you know, it takes a minute longer to wake up in the morning. You know, definitely need to stretch a little more here and there. For the most part, I still feel, you know, pretty good. As what's his face says. Who's that old comedian? I forget his name at the moment. And don't take my memory. My memory was never great. It has nothing to do with age. I have the bad habit of storing everything in my brain. So it's, especially when I have a lot going on, it's harder to access the files. So yeah, I was hoping that Joe would show up. Yeah, let me see. All right. No, wrong one. Okay. Is that? Yeah. You know, he said he would be here. Well, be around at this point. So I guess I'll go a little longer tonight. Let's say another 6 minutes at least. Yeah, so I'm someone who likes to, you know, I make lists, but I still keep everything in my head. Probably not the best way to do things. But I've watched enough other artists inspired to organize my stuff more business-like. That's that. Yeah, everything's like 16 different decisions on what you're doing as far as inking. Yeah. Oh, I was going to mention before I got distracted by seeing if Joe was possibly coming. He designed this particular Sentinel as far as the engineered parts of it that aren't, you know, things you've already seen. Like the face is kind of pretty much what you've seen on other Sentinels, but definitely like the arm design and the body design is slightly different than the other ones. He's crafty, that Joe. Let's see. We still got a little ways into it. I would like to be streaming tomorrow. There is some stuff I gotta take care of. Some running around. If you want to get notified when I stream, the best way is to hit on my channel, to hit the bell. Although I'm not 100% sure that works, because there's specific live streams I want to see, and I don't get necessarily notified like I used to. Not sure if it works through email. I don't know. Anybody else have kind of experience, like definite streams you want to catch? You hit the bell and nothing happens. And yet sometimes, I guess you gotta be on YouTube at the time that things go live, and then you'll get notifications. I don't know how it works. Maybe I should look that up. Just another one of the million little things I gotta do. Don't we have enough to do? Aren't people stressed enough? I love my life. I just wish it was a little more organized. I definitely want to get an assistant one day when I can afford one. I've had inking assistants, but that was when I was working at mall in DC. Well, specifically DC, because I was on Aquaman for, what was it? At least 24 issues. That monthly schedule is murder. You know, I don't consider myself a fast inker. It's more about the quality. Yeah, I just went past what I said I was gonna do. All right, I guess I'll call it a night. Actually, yeah, I have a late dinner myself. Thank you all for coming and chatting with me, and yeah, hope to get some of you on here at times, and so we can hang out and chit chat directly, and I can see what you're working on. Definitely need to get Brett on again. Sheldon will be coming on. Biff, are you an artist? Do I know that? Caleb, you're welcome. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, X, whatever has direct messages. And see where we can fit you guys in. But yeah, for tonight, you know, like I said earlier, hit the like if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Always feel free to share it on your socials with your friends. Also, you know, in groups, best way to reach people. Always trying to grow my channel. All right. Keep making art, keep making comics, and I'll see you again as soon as I can.